So, Mark just says a very good question. If the thing starts to move over the bar, do you make the chord changes? It's important to understand when you're practicing rhythm, first, just work on one chord. Don't change the chords while you're working rhythm. Whenever you divide your attention, you get half the results. So when you're working on rhythm, make it one scale or one chord. And once you start to feel really rhythmic with it, see if you can't stay rhythmic while the chords change. So now I'll give you an example of that. When I started to practice what these evolved into was, these were more like symmetrical and a 4/4 beat. I started to practice more against the thing, like fives in the 4/4 time. You know, da 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 da, and also how they worked out in a 4-bar phrase. So I would practice playing 5-note grouping, but I'd leave one out, like da 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 ba da da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da. But I also wanted to do it in a 4-bar phrase because most of the tunes are in 4 bars, or an 8-bar phrase. So first you practice this. That was like 4 bars, I think. 2 bars. Right? Now, so once I was really confident with that rhythm, then I'd say, what happens if I play a tune? Then it was interesting how, or I do a 7 phrase, and I go. But it was incremental. I don't mean to overwhelm you, it was incremental. The first thing I practiced had to be internalized bodily. Without that, it just is rigid. It's rigid. So don't think about, I have to do all these things. Think about picking one and bringing it all the way, bringing 8th notes into your body on the first thing. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. You want to feel that. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. When you're not at the guitar, you go ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. You want to imagine that felt like that. You really want to get that template of 8th note rhythm in your hands. Even if you develop a style that never plays 8th notes. That's why Brad is so, he can be so obtuse and abstract, and why it's so solid. Because if he wanted to, he could fill in all those 8th notes with machine-like, quality. But so when he leaves a rest, the same amount of space, and you can almost feel the rhythm when he's not playing. You know, and I'll just end this with somebody just said this. Maybe I said it to you last week, but someone said that Wayne Shorter said this, so maybe he can confirm or deny that. He said, "The long road is the short road," and that says it all. The long road is the short road. So I take that this way. Why is the long road the short road? Because the short road won't get you there. You can take the short road and just immediately be creative, but you've skipped so much that you'll never be what it is you were trying to be. The long road, establishing all the foundation that's needed to play off of, is the shortest road there is.